Hello, everyone. My name is Chioma Eze, and welcome to Abetterhealth. Abetterhealth is an ongoing talk show series that discusses the most plaguing issues affecting the African community. If you are interested in learning more about health and how it can help you and your loved ones, please stay tuned because I have a lot of good information for you. If you aren't, and if this is something that does not interest you, that's perfectly fine. I will have no hard feelings, even if I love you, but please kindly leave. Health is one of the most vital aspects of any human being and society, yet it's often an overlooked topic. The African community is particularly plagued by many health challenges. I, Chioma Eze, am looking to change that. Abetterhealth is committed to providing the most accurate information to better inform the everyday person on how to manage, treat, and prevent health issues discussed. I hope that you will join me in awareness. Stay tuned. Welcome to my second table talk, Abetterhealth, which is a platform discussing the most pressing issues affecting the African community. I hope for this to become an ongoing series. Today's topic is a lifestyle change for the African household, how to set your plate up for success. Most of us can agree that making a change towards a healthier lifestyle is not impossible, but it does require commitment, resources, and discipline. Like a relationship with a human, it calls to action for you to nurture your own relationship with food, to listen to your body, and to give it the fuel that it needs to thrive. I believe that the healthiest way to look at wanting to improve eating habits and physical activity is making a lifestyle change. This engages a long-term attitude towards progression and allows yourself to evolve versus a short-term satisfaction that entails a quick fix. For today's purposes, we will be focusing on the foods that you consume. If you're interested in learning more practical ways to achieve this right in your home, please keep your eyes on the screen. I have an amazing woman that is making tremendous strides in the healthcare field today by walking in her purpose and living in her light. I'm so blessed to be able to call her family, my own blood, Dr. Cynthia. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you so much for having me on today. I have to say that this is an amazing series, and this topic is one that's dear to my heart. I am Dr. Cynthia Odogwu, and I'm a family medicine physician, board certified in family medicine. I also have a strong interest in lifestyle medicine, so I'm a lifestyle medicine physician. In addition to my work in the outpatient setting, where I take care of patients dealing with chronic issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, and you name it, I also founded Kambili Health. So Kambili Health is a wellness hub where I basically help high achieving women with my various weight loss coaching programs. In addition to the work that I do with Kambili Health, I am chef coaching certified by Harvard Medical School. Oh. I've also done some training in neurolinguistic programming, and that's what I bring into the coaching with the women that I work with. Mm-hmm. And as you know, in our language, Kambili means let me live. So I have a passion for helping people live their best lives.
That's awesome. You are doing so much, and I am so proud of you, as I always say. So I do want to ask you, what is lifestyle medicine?
Yeah, so lifestyle medicine is a newer tenet or field of medicine where we focus on lifestyle factors that could affect a person's health. And so those lifestyle factors include a healthy eating pattern. So lifestyle medicine really focuses on a plant-predominant diet, exercise, so moving your body, avoiding risky substances such as tobacco, alcohol, those type of things, making sure that you are maintaining connections with other people, so staying in community, sleep as well, which is very important, right? Mm-hmm. And those are the main tenets of lifestyle medicine too, because we can't ignore those things because they are very important in a person's health. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
How did you become interested in lifestyle medicine?
Yeah, so the journey started with my own health, right? So at some point when I was finishing undergrad and getting into med school, I realized that I wasn't as energized as I needed to be, right? So I felt, okay, first thing to do was to look into my own diet, right? And at that time, I'm dating myself, but the internet was just starting, right? And so I would go online and try to look up things. And that was where I found people really taking their life into their own hands and making these lifestyle changes. So I learned about green smoothies and all of that. But as I, continued in my journey in medicine, I started to find other physicians who were talking about lifestyle medicine. And the biggest thing that caught my eye was that they said their patients got better. Right. So here I was studying, the pathophysiology, the biochemistry, and also, shadowing in the hospitals and seeing that people were on medicines, and we were telling people that they will be on these medicines for the rest of their lives. And there were doctors there saying, they loved what they did because their patients got better. And that really caught my interest. And of course, being that I was in medicine, I definitely favored the evidence, because I'm like, the other people who were talking about their own lives, that was good, like seeing other, people like myself making changes, but then to see it on the level of broad change from a physician, I was, I really started to pay attention and started to attend conferences, and here we are today.
Okay. Yeah. I am curious, what triggered you to actually start Kambili Health?
Yeah, so I, fast forward to me finishing med school, residency, all of that. And then I start to treat my own patients, right? So in the clinical setting, I would have, like I said, patients who had diabetes and high blood pressure. And I'd been to all these conferences that said the lifestyle was key here. And diet was able to, with diet, you're able to get your patients off of medicine. And at the same time, right, people would come to me almost like they were self-selecting. I didn't have to do anything. People will come to me and then they say, but doc, do I have to take this medicine for the rest of my life? And I'm like, for now, this is what we have, basically give them the spiel. And then they're like, well, don't you have anything else? And so I started to offer the lifestyle medicine and the diet changes that I knew were effective based on the conferences that I had attended and the studies that I had read. So I would start to offer it to them, but then they would come back and they won't be able to stick to the change. So I realized that 20 minutes that we have as primary care doctors is not enough to be able to effect change in people's lives, because there was something else. And the other piece of it is that there were some people that would be able to do it, but then they couldn't do it sustainably. And so that led me to another finding, that the behavior change piece was missing. So I could tell you what to eat, but then you yourself had to be able to figure out how you would do it and then stick to it for the long term. So that's what led me there to say, hey, this is beyond the clinical setting, right? I need more time to spend with people to actually help them make the change that they need to make in their lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like you really got into the root and into the mindset, of those patients and how they can really affect change within themselves, which is really getting to the root cause of things. So that's great.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and I think now we talk about root cause a lot more, but that is the key, right? Because anything else is like a Band-Aid, right? The medication is basically like a Band-Aid if you have to take it for the rest of your life. So root cause and a holistic kind of change is what's important.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to now transition into practical ways of how the everyday person can set their plate up for success. Mm-hmm. And I want to start with diet, because I feel like so often we hear this word diet, we think of, the carbohydrate, the keto diet, the carb diet. There's all these type of like quick fads that people utilize for quick change.
Oh, there's a lot.
So I do want to ask you, what is your definition of a diet?
Mm-hmm. At the basic level, a diet is what you eat, right? That's it, period. I don't like the term diet because it sometimes is associated with, think of your Weight Watchers, right? It's associated with something that you do for a short term to then lose weight and then go back to eating a certain way. So I don't necessarily like it, even though at the basic level, it is just basically what you eat on a habitual basis. What I do like, though, is what we're talking about today, which is a lifestyle change, right? So because what you want to be able to do is figure out how you can eat for the rest of your life, right? Could you eat keto for the rest of your life? If you decide that you could do that, then yeah, that's the diet for you. If you could eat low carb for the rest of your life, then that's the diet for you. If you could eat vegan for the rest of your life, then that's the diet for you. But I think for the purposes of healthy existence, you want something that's more of a holistic change and sustainable. So.
Okay. So, in other words, is dieting the best possible way to obtain a healthy lifestyle?
I mean, so for me, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Right? Again, because a lot of what we see is that dieting is not sustainable. Now, if it is, again, back to the point of sustainability, if it is for you, then yes. But I think that there may be some utility to dieting, right? So when somebody has struggled with their weight for a period of time, then you may want to take certain things out of the diet, right? So maybe we talk about flour and sugar, right? Because we talk about the concept of insulin resistance, which is one of the drivers for holding on to weight. And so when you are eating refined carbohydrates, which is what flour is, or refined sugars, like in your sodas and things like that, that may be something that I would say take that out for a period of time so that you can become a bit more fat sensitive, so to speak, right? And be able to like drop some weight and change your taste buds as well. Because one thing we don't realize is that our taste buds get very, very sensitized to the point where you're drinking a lot of soda, you're drinking a lot of juice, and a peach, which is sweet, like naturally sweet, doesn't taste as sweet because your taste buds are so sensitive to this heightened sweetened state. Okay. Right. So that's the only part where I'll say maybe do something like that for a short period of time and then transition to something that's a bit more sustainable.